Up next, a North Carolina teacher now getting national attention after telling her students that criticism of our current president was, quote, just not allowed.
If you're going to talk trash about one side, you got to talk trash about the other.
No, darling. Let me tell you something. You got to realize this man is wanting to be what Obama already is. Okay? There's no comparison.
Up next, Trace tells us what the school is now saying after that teachable moment resulted in media calls from coast to coast. Plus, it's generating a lot of interest. A teacher is getting national attention after being caught on tape yelling at one of her students for criticizing President Obama, even telling him he could, quote, get arrested for speaking ill of the president. Trace Gallagher's live in Los Angeles with the story and the fallout. Hi, Trace.
Hi, Shannon. It sounds like this social studies teacher is an Obama supporter, but we'll let you decide that. The fact of the day in this teacher's class was that Mitt Romney was a bully back in high school. And one of the students challenged her on that, saying, well, didn't President Obama acknowledge that he bullied someone in high school? And she said, well, not that she knew of. And then the shouting began. Listen.
And it's going to stop.
It's just a question.
No, because that's disrespect. That's disrespect.
You're disrespecting Romney. You don't even know that.
This man is a presidential candidate. But not the president.
But he's just a man. Obama is no God. He's still a man.
Listen, let me tell you something. You will not disrespect the president of the United States in this classroom.
She went on to warn the student that if he spoke ill of the president, he could get arrested. While the student reminded her, well, that's not exactly how it works, that speech is protected by the First Amendment. If he actually threatened the president, he could get arrested. And then the conversation turned to George W. Bush. Listen.
I'm going to tell you something now about me. As a teacher, I'm not supposed to allow you to disrespect the president of the United States. I'm not.
I didn't disrespect him. I was asking
You
questions.
are. You do. You always do.
I have different beliefs. Whenever Bush was in, everybody talked about Bush. Everybody did.
No, everybody was.
And see? Everybody talked about Bush. If you ever said, wait. If you ever said anything bad about Bush while he was in office, say something.
Sit down a minute. Do you realize that people were arrested for saying things bad about Bush?
Clearly, one of the students recorded this whole thing on their phone, put it on the internet, and this thing has gone viral. The school has been inundated with comments from people around the country, but the school has decided not to identify the teacher, not to discipline the teacher, not to even suspend the teacher at all. They said simply that this is something that teachers need to take into account to make sure that they are professionals in the classroom. A lot of parents, by the way, not quite happy with that response. So we'll see if it ends here, but this is getting a lot of play around the country, Shannon.
I'm guessing that's not a civics class or where they would have learned about the First Amendment. I don't know. We'll find out.
Social studies class, and the kids actually showed that they're listening, right? They know a lot about the Constitution and about current events.
Classrooms are a good place to have those debates. Trace, thank you.
Okay.